Fantasy Faithful, welcome back for the moment you've been waiting for. I'm Amber Storm, and this is the 2026 Top 10 Draft Preview. These are the studs, the cornerstones, the franchise definers you'll be fighting over on draft day. To walk us through each of the picks is our own expert, Mon Jadin. Mon, walk us through the elite tier.
You bet, Amber. This is the draft, folks, and let me tell you something. The draft is where you either get the guys or you don't get the guys. Now, I've been doing this a long time, and when I look at these top 10 players, I see one thing. These are guys. They got helmets, they got cleats, and boom, they're ready to play some football. In the number one spot, it's best to not overthink yourself. Jose is not great at that, so let me break it down for you. You need a dependable running back to backstop your team and set the tone. You think I'm going to say Jahmyr Gibbs, but you're wrong. Your best bet for the number one overall pick is Isaac Guerendo. Boom! From San Francisco. Now, here's what I love about this guy. He played 14 games last year. 14! And didn't get a single carry. You know what that means? Fresh legs, baby. He's like a brand new tire that's never touched the road. When a guy doesn't touch the ball, he can't fumble it. And that's just good football. For the second pick, we all know who the Baylors need. It's that running back with the last name Robinson. That's right, Brian Robinson. Boom! Now there's another Robinson everybody's talking about. But this Robinson, this is a big fella. He runs, he blocks, and boom, he's been on a lot of teams. And you know why he's been on a lot of teams? Because a lot of teams have had him. That tells you something. Now that those two seller backs have gone off the board, maybe it's time for a wideout. In the number 3 slot, don't go chasing glory. Instead, Chef needs to look to his hometown. That's right. I'm talking about Jalen Tolbert from Miami. Boom! Here's the thing about Tolbert. He's the best receiver on that Miami team. Now, the Miami receivers, they're not so good. Matter of fact, they might be the worst in the whole league. But somebody's got to be the best of the worst. And boom, that's your guy, Tolbert. Somebody's throwing him the ball, I think. For the 4th slot, we don't know much about the GM for the Bears other than they like to dance. Well, if you like dancing, then you'll love who you get at the 4 slot. Malik Washington, boom! Now you got Tolbert. And right next to him, you got Washington, 2 Miami receivers. And I always say, if you're going to have one bad idea, you might as well have 2, because now they can be bad together. That's chemistry, folks. For the 5th pick, Obi-Wan Jacoby is looking for a stud like always. My pick for you will give you at least the UD of that. Xavier Legette, boom, big, strong, fast. This guy's got all the tools. Only problem is the tools are in the toolbox, and the toolbox is locked, and nobody can find the key. But the tools are there, and when a guy's got the tools, well, all he's got to do is use them. He didn't last year, but that's football. For the back half of the round, Highland needs someone to rise above their ranks. This guy has a history of rising. Up off the injury chart. J.K. Dobbins from Denver. Boom! Now here's a guy who runs real good when he's out there. And the thing about Dobbins is you never know when he's going to be out there. It's like a birthday present. Every week you open it up and go, is he playing? Is he hurt? It's a surprise. And who doesn't love surprises? The manager picking 7th is a lion, meaning he lies around hoping his team will be good. So, of course, the best pick here is a lion. Khalif Raymond, boom. Now, this guy plays for a good team. The Lions, they score points. They got a good offense. And Raymond, well, he gets to stand on that field and watch it happen. And let me tell you, when you're standing next to greatness, some of that greatness, it just kind of floats over. Nope, but maybe. In the 8th spot, Antonio needs a player to Rangel buckets of points so he doesn't start off dead last again. Speaking of dead last, the pick at 8 is Dare Ogunbowale. Boom! Oh, now here's a football name, folks. Ogunbowale. You got to love saying it. Now, the Raiders last year, they finished dead last in points, dead last. But this fella's been on about 6 different teams, and that's experience. He knows how to pack a suitcase, I'll tell you that much. Ninth pick. Zoo took a wideout first last year. At the opposite end of the draft board this year, he needs some help. Just like his pick, Jadarian Price. Boom! A rookie. And you know what I love about rookies? They don't know they're not supposed to be good yet. Now he's splitting the carries 3 ways. 1, 2, 3 guys. So he gets a third of a third of a third. And boom, that's not a lot of football, but it's some football. Finishing the first round, who dat picks last? Sweating who to pick in the 11th spot, he'll revert to pattern at spot 10. Homer got to pick a Texan, so you know the pick has got to be a Texan. Dameon Pierce, boom! Surely he'll top the 4 carries, 10 yards he had last year in Philadelphia. Buried behind Saquon Barkley this year in Philly.
There it is, Fantasy Faithful. 10 real NFL players you should draft. Build your team around these cornerstones, and you're guaranteed to replicate Certified Baylor's legendary 11-3 season that ended in a 4th-place finish and a 0-2 playoff collapse. Think these picks are hyperbole? Remember the lessons of last season. Unstoppa Joe drafted 3 actual top 10 studs and a kicker who scored 0 points, only to finish 3rd. Who dat drafted half the Houston Texans roster, including a guy that missed the entire season and still won a championship. And Antonio drafted nobody good, started 1-7, and still clawed out of the basement. So whether you take Isaac Guerendo #1 overall or trust the process, it all ends in the same beautiful chaos. This is Amber Storm reminding you these rankings will not help you win, but they will make your draft chat hilarious. May your first rounder outscore a traffic cone, and may your players avoid Jimmy on Bourbon Street after dark. See you on draft day.